welcome back to BRMC's Healthy Connections with our special guest today from our trauma unit at the Cline Emergency Center at the hospital, Tammy Hodges. We've been talking about, Tammy's been doing a great job talking about the car seat program that is free.
Yes.
And want to go ahead and be sure, if you missed it first time around before the break, that 508-2345 is the number that you'll reach the Schliemann Center for Women's Health Education, and they will schedule you an appointment to bring the child with you.
Yes.
Tammy was telling me they need to find out the height and the weight to make sure that the proper car seat is fitted into the car. So,
and it helps if they bring their primary automobile.
Sure.
That the child is going to be riding in most of the time, because anytime we want to fit it to that automobile and educate on the other automobiles that they have. But the more times you move the car seat in and out, the bigger the chance of having a mishap and not getting something latched down correctly.
Yeah.
So
you can't beat that, folks. That's 508-2345. Free car seats. Take care of those that you love. I mean, this is wonderful.
Exactly.
Our trauma unit is just that, too. They're there. You know, we hear the overhead codes being called. We hear the helicopters coming in, and would much rather do a whole lot of prevention so that that's not occurring. So.
Exactly. We want to try to get the education out there that everyone needs to stay safe, rather than showing up in the helicopter.
Mm-hmm. What else are you doing? What other programs are the trauma unit?
Once a year we do a bike rodeo, and that's where we teach on bicycle safety, wearing the helmets, all children riding a bicycle, and also skateboarding. We see a lot of skateboarding accidents.
Sure.
And ATVs, any child on any kind of thing like that needs to wear a helmet. We do, with the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts, we do a lot of education on bicycle safety and fire safety, and trying to, we just want to keep the community safe.
Sure.
And education is the one way to do it.
You bet it is. And I know that the bike rodeo, as you call it, each year is done in conjunction with Active Lifestyle Institute.
Yes.
Mike Beam does a great program getting all coordinated called Kids in Motion. And those are other aspects of keeping children safe as well, and healthy, eating healthy and being healthy with exercise. And, you know, biking is great. It's a great overall exercise, but kids really do need to keep those helmets on. And
yes, they do.
Yeah.
You don't want a head injury.
No, I know that's the one that everybody says, nope, we don't want to be seeing those.
Right.
So you've got that going on, and you got the Girl Scouts coming up too to get those. Yes, good. I wanted to be sure. I heard Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts. It's like, well, where's those Girl Scouts?
Where's the Girl Scouts?
They ride bikes too.
Yes, we do the Girl Scouts also. Melody done a lot of the stuff with the Girl Scouts, and we'll be starting in educating on that also. Wonderful.
What about, let's see, we've got Halloween right around the corner.
Halloween's coming up, and one of the things with Halloween is make sure that you buckle your child in, because most accidents happen close to home.
Sure.
And there's a lot of traffic out during that time. Put reflective tape on the children so that they're visibly seen.
Sure.
Because and everybody driving, be careful, because the kids are darting in and out. All they're thinking about is getting to their next.
Where's the next house? Ring that bell and get some candy.
That's right. The porch light's on. So make sure that they're visible, and when you do put them in the automobile, make sure you strap them in. And keep them safe from one place to the next.
Even if it's just a half a block.
Right.
Because, boy, if you had to stop quick with a child that darted in front of you, your own child's going to go right straight out.
Watch the little ones out running around.
Yeah.
Because they're right at small children. It's hard to see them, and they'll be right up behind an automobile before a parent can grab them.
Right. Well, and we've got, it's getting darker sooner.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and by the time Halloween rolls around, I'm thinking by the time kids have supper and head out the door for trick-or-treating, it's going to be dark.
Be getting dusky.
So, yeah. So that's another one.
Yep.
What else you got going on? You've got your...
we have the Last Dance, where we do at a local school, trying to educate the teenagers on not drinking and driving, and it'll show a fatal crash, and it'll have live people acting out the roles, and Airy-Back's usually there. And we usually do that in the spring, right around, right before prom and graduation.
Yeah.
So it's fresh on the
teenagers'
minds.
I had the privilege of photographing the last dance that was held in Cotter, and they bring in kids from other schools, and they were all on the hillside watching this. And kids are kids, and they're all teenagers, and they're all doing, picking on their buddy. You could have heard a pin drop when they had this so realistic accident, and they brought in police, they brought in helicopters, they brought in paramedics, they brought in the fire department, and as you say, the helicopter came in and the whole thing. And they brought in one of the local funeral parlors, brought in their vehicle and took what was supposed to be a dead body away, and I mean, it was just the crash had supposedly been caused by drinking and driving, the kids having what they thought was fun. And boy, it was realistic.
Yeah,
it was very realistic.
And that's our goal, is to try to do that right before that prom and graduation, where teens has a tendency to that be the time that they do want to enjoy, and they always think of it as some rite of passage or something, and it's called, as we've gotten older and we see what happens, and you see the reality of a real crash that's been caused by someone drinking and driving. It's not fun. You definitely don't want to be the parent in the ER.
No. So those are there's some behind the scenes stuff that goes on that I know that's why you're the coordinator and why you work so hard to make sure and prevent whatever can possibly be prevented by educating people.
Yes.
So that they're not coming through those emergency room doors.
I have children myself, and I just can't imagine as being a parent of something like that. So I strongly believe in educating and try to prevent it.
Okay. Is there a number, Tammy, if someone in the community wanted to reach you to come and talk about the trauma unit and what can be done from helpful ideas to prevent different things, could they give you a call and have you come and speak to them?
Yes. Okay. My number is 508-1151.
1151. Okay.
And I'm there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They can leave a message if I'm not there.
Okay.
And I'll get back. I'll be glad to talk to any groups that wants education. We're also looking at setting up a program to prevent falls in the home, because a lot of the elderly population has a lot of, we see a lot of falls in the ED, and so I'm looking at getting that set up so that I can go out and educate the community on that. So anyone that has anything that they want educated on, from ATV safety to gun safety, any kind of safety, I can get a program together and come to their group and talk.
Wonderful, wonderful. And of course, there's no charge for this.
No, it's all free.
This is all free. This is all part of the hospital always being here for the community in every aspect that we possibly can. And I didn't realize that you'd gotten into the gun safety. That would be great. Yes. And of course, with the elderly, there's various groups. There's folks that are always trying to help the elderly. But I know the in-home, scatter rugs, poor lighting, cords that are could be tripped over. And sometimes I noticed too, a couple of homes that I visited, some elderly friends, I noticed unusual kind of trip hazards, and it'll be things like they don't throw the newspaper out daily.
Right.
They let them stack up, and then that stack's going to tumble one of these days, and they step on it, and that's a fall waiting to happen.
Yes.
So you go in and check all of that, and try and keep them off stools and move things down lower.
Get down to the eye level to where you're not reaching and slipping as you try to reach something. And in the middle of the night, keep a night light on, to where when you get up and walk through the house, you don't trip over something. Or and pets, You know,
I was going to say that would be mine. I'd trip over a pet.
We see a lot of falls from pets, but of course, you know, we're not telling anyone to get rid of their pets. But there's just ways we can help prevent, you know, the falls.
I know one thing that you've shared before, that if you're elderly and you get up in the middle of the night, and even if you've got that nightlight, when you get up, sit there for a couple minutes.
Yes.
Let your blood pressure get where it's supposed to be, and do all of that. So, you know, just take a second and get your bearings. Make sure you're safe. Make sure you know what you're doing. Put on a brighter light, if you can, and kick the cat or dog out of the way as much as you love them.
Make sure
don't trip over them.
Your feet.
Yeah, it's not worth a broken hip, that's for sure. Because then you can't take care of them, and walk them. So you're doing it as much for them as you are for yourself.
That is true. That is true.
Well, and Halloween we want to just remind everyone again, that is coming. It's right around the corner, and as are all the holidays, but especially with Halloween, and it's almost synonymous with children and being in costumes. Make sure your kids can see through their costume. I bet would be another one, huh? You'd mentioned the tape, the reflective tape, or the costume itself is reflective so that people see it. So,
and watch out behind the cars when you take off, and strap them in.
Strap them in.
And you buckle up too.
And yes, exactly. Be the example.
Exactly.
Yeah. And let's remind everyone one more time before we close our show today, they can call the Schliemann Center to set an appointment for a free car seat or a free car seat check, and that's 508-2345. If they want to reach you directly, Tammy, about a speaking engagement for their civic group or club, or on any kind of safety that's out there, that number again to reach you
is 508-1151.
1151. Great. Tammy.
Call anytime.
Okay. Monday through Friday. Leave a message.
That's right.
Miss Tammy will get back to you. She's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here today.
Me.
We always like to educate everyone out there and let them know that the hospital is there to do just that, to be preventive care, whatever it takes to keep our community healthy and safe. We're ready to do it.
That's right.
All right.
Thank you.
Come back and see us again soon, okay? All right. Thanks so much for joining us today for BRMC's Healthy Connections. We'll see you again next week.